Okay, so here's what we're gonna use the angle addition postulate to find the measures of some angles. Some of them are going to involve just numbers, but if you keep watching, we're gonna do in the next one, we're gonna do some ones with some variables in them. So here's the basic gist of it. The measure of ABD is 37, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and label because it helps me understand everything that's going on. And ABC, the whole thing, is 84. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark this whole thing and I'm going to put it out here as 84 degrees. They want us to find DBC. So we don't know what this part is. Well, if we know that the whole thing is 84 and part of it is 37, what are we really doing here? We're subtracting the part that we know from the part that we don't know. And so we'll go through our steps here and we find out that this part must be equal to 47 degrees because together they're 84. That's angle addition postulate. Two angles together add up to the whole sum. If you want to, go ahead and pause right here. See if you can do the next one on your own. Same gist as the first one. You'll have the first one as a sample. Try to do the second one on your own. Okay, we're back from the pause. Here we go. XWZ. XWZ. The whole thing, 121. Okay, the whole thing is 121. And the measure, this means measure of XWY, so that's just the first part, is 59 degrees. Same deal as last time. The whole thing is 121. We're going to take away 59 of those degrees. And what we end up with is 62 degrees for our missing part. So this is the part that was missing, 62. Easy way to check, plug them in. What do you get? Okay, now the next part, we're going to go ahead and talk about an angle bisector real quickly. It's a ray that divides an angle into two congruent angles. So here's what it looks like. I think, yep, I've got an end arrow here. Comes out like that. All right, so you see the little arrowhead on the end. And what the angle bisector means is that we have these two pieces, whether they look like it or not, are exactly half. So I've put these arc marks that say that these two things are half. So if I just put 1 and 2 in here, I would say angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, or I could say 1 is equal to 2 because those are the measures of the angles. Okay, here we go. Now, finding the measure of an angle. Here's the pièce de résistance. Okay, this is where we're using algebraic expressions and algebraic variables to find the measures of these angles. BD, that's the ray. Bisects, ABC. So that means that this part is congruent to this part. I'm going to mark it because it helps me remember. The measure of ABD is 6x plus 3 degrees because angles are measured in degrees. And DBC is 8x minus 7 degrees. Now, let's think for a minute. If I have two angles that are exactly the same, but their algebraic expressions are not the same, how am I going to set those congruent to one another or equal to one another and get what I want? Well, basically what I'm saying is the one part is equal to the other part, right? And so if I'm hoping to find the entire angle, then I need to solve for x and then put it back in. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and solve. Here we go. I like to add negative numbers instead of subtract more negatives. So I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. And that's going to go away. This is going to go away. So what have I got? 10 is equal to 2x. So 10 is equal to 2x. What does that mean for me? Well, I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. 5 is equal to x. I'm done, right? No. What is the problem asking me to do? Always ask yourself that. Does my answer make sense? I need to find the measure of ABD. Well, if ABD is 6x plus 3, Didn't have to use the angle symbol because I'm talking about the measure of it. Well, that's going to be 6 times 5 plus 3 is equal to 33 degrees. So the measure of angle ABD is equal to 33 degrees. Okay? I solved for x, put it back in. Here's another example. 2 more of them. See if you can do them on your own. I will have the answers up. I'm going to do them step by step for you right after this break. So go ahead and take a break right now. Pause. Okay, we're back from the pause. What do we have? Well, I like to draw a picture because I like to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the picture here and put in my information. What is it telling me? It's telling me that ray QS bisects. So I know that this must be the initial point. And S is down here. It bisects PQR, so here we go, PQR. You see how I did that? I knew the ray, I knew the angle, I was able to put them together. So PQS is 5y minus 1. See what happens here. I've got a point where I know that this is a bisector, so these two are equal. Okay? So if that's 5 minus 1 and PQR, the whole thing, the whole thing is 8y plus 12. So this whole deal is 8y plus 12. Well, what does that mean? What can I say about the other angle in there? Remember, these are congruent. So I could also say that this is 5y minus 1. If that's 5y minus 1, well then what am I saying? I'm saying the whole thing, 8y plus 12. Is equal to the two of those together, so 10y minus 2, right? Because both of those together are this one. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and simplify. I'm going to add here. I'm going to subtract here. What do I end up with? This goes away. This is gone. 2y is equal to 14. Y equals 7. What am I trying to find? I'm trying to find the measure of PQS. Well, if PQS is 5y minus 1, that's really 5 times 7 minus 1, which is really 35 minus 1, which is really 34. Okay? So I used an extra little step in here where I knew that these two had to be the same in order to solve for this one. If you want to pause here and try the next one, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to roll on through. JK bisects LJM. That's a little hard to see. That's a J. Okay? J. I'm going to draw a picture. What bisects? Well, JK. So JK bisects LJM. I'm going to fill in my info here. So LJK is minus 10x plus 3. And KJM is negative x plus 21. Okay? If it's bisecting, that means that they're equal. So if I'm going to find LJM, that's the measure of angle LJM. That's the whole thing. I'm going to solve for x and then put them together. So let's see. Minus 10x plus 3 is equal to minus x plus 21. Well, what am I going to do here? I am going to go ahead and subtract 21 from both sides. It's not going to end up happy this time. We may end up with a negative number. I don't know. Actually, I do know. But let's see. This goes away. This goes away. I've got minus 18 is equal to 9x. So we're going to divide by 9. Minus 2 equals x. Well, what am I trying to find? I'm trying to find the measure of the whole thing. Well, let's see. An easy way to do this, I could put them together, add the two expressions, or I could find one and then double it because I know that it's I know that it's half. So I'm going to put them together. Minus 10x plus 3 plus a minus x plus 21. So I've got minus 11x plus 24 is equal to the whole thing. So that's the measure of angle LJM. Minus 11 times minus 2 plus 24. That's 22 plus 24 is 46 degrees. Okay? Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you tomorrow.